Hi, I'm so happy you're here. Welcome to the Let's Keep Moving with Risha podcast. This is Risha. I'm a motivational speaker, content creator, and I love talking about things that will help you keep moving in your life, especially on areas like your life, your mental health, love, growth, and everything in between. So if you're ready, let's keep moving. Adulting is what we're going to talk about today. And super excited ako sa episode na to kasi parang feeling ko I've always been very general on how I approach life problems. Parang yung mga talks ko, yung mga episodes ko, yung mga videos ko can touch a lot of people who are going through life, which is all of us. Pero this time, I haven't really thought about adulting until recently. Parang recently, nafe-feel ko yung pressure of being an adult. Of making something for myself, of buying things, of buying assets, and providing for my family, and helping the family, thinking about my career. Alam mo, minsan nga naisip ko, saan na nga kaya ako, no, in the near future? Ano na nga kayang ginagawa ko? Because I always say this, especially to Jurens, unlike most people, unlike him, parang you already know what you want in life. It's more like, okay, pagkatapos ko ng board exam, ito yung work ko, ito yung industry na gusto kong pasukan, ito yung mga companies na gusto kong i-try na mag-apply, ito yung goal ko. However, for us creatives, we don't know. We don't know what the future holds for us, and it's so hard. It's so hard to choose. Because for us creatives, as adults, it feels like the opportunities are endless and limitless for us. And I had this conversation with Mama Lib last couple of weeks ago. Nagkape kami sa Batangas City. And grabe yung conversation and grabe yung nakaka-nourish yung energy. Lalo tungkol sa mga pinag-usapan namin. And we're currently going through the same thing. Since we are going through phases, we're going through seasons, we're moving on, we're letting go of opportunities, we're doing things our own, we're prioritizing ourselves. So parang nasa same season kami. And sabi niya, which really stuck with me, was that the reason why we feel this way, the reason why it feels so big for us is because the opportunities for us are limitless or is limitless. And it's unknown eh. So it's normal na as you step into the unknown, may fear talaga. May anxiety. May fear of messing up. But actually, it's the universe way of preparing you. It's the universe way of, this is what the unknown feels like. That you are stepping into the unknown because I have a lot more for you. You are not normal eh. I'm not saying you're abnormal, but you are beautifully created. You are special. You have a lot to give. You feel like you can give more because you already have that in the future. So yun yung contemplation ko, or like yung mga thoughts ko recently, na yes, I may be enjoying school, I may be enjoying where I am right now, but I'm at the point where I'm not even fully convinced if psychology is for me. I'm not even fully convinced what path to take after psychology. Should I take my master's? Should I become a doctor? Should I pursue a different career? Should I do business? Should I do stuff? Yun yung mga thoughts ko recently. And feeling ko lahat tayo ganon. As we step into another year, as we step into another day, another week, another month, yun yung worries natin. Will we be successful in the future? Will we be fulfilled in the future? How much money will we make? Who are the people we're working with? What is the mission I'm doing? What is my vision for my life? Will I have a loving husband? Will I have kids? Will I have a beautiful family? Yun yung mga thoughts na no one can guarantee tomorrow. Pero you cannot also deny na parang you also think about it. So, that's what adulting is trying to do in my life recently. Ito yung mga thoughts ko. And I thought about things that not everybody gets to share. So that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. What you need to know more about adulting, or what people do not tell you about adulting. So if you're interested to know, then without further ado, let's keep moving. Your no is just as important as your yes. We live in this loop na we always say yes. We always say yes to opportunities, to things, to people, to situations, even if we don't want to. Just so we can have a response. Just so we cannot disappoint people. Just so we're seen and perceived as obedient and as a good person. We always say yes. And isa din naman to sa mga motivating factor ko growing up. Kasi it really built and helped me build resilience and obedience and respect for people. Saying yes. Sa school, when you say yes, you're seen as obedient, as a follower, as a good student, as someone who deserves a high grade because you said yes to people. You said yes to your teachers, and nothing wrong about that. But on a bigger scale, on a bigger picture, hindi pwedeng oo na lang tayo ng oo. Because sometimes we're already compromising our priorities. Adulting is about no as well. Adulting is knowing when to say no and who to say no to. I was talking to Jurens last month because we had our intention setting last month. Actually, nakita ko lang siya from social media. Sabi ko, gawin natin. And then I created a template, and then we had coffee, and then ito yung mga ginawa namin. Yun yung mga ginawa namin dun sa coffee shop. And shinare ko sa kanya na last year, 2024, I kept saying yes my life. To people, to friends. And baka this year is the year that I should be saying no naman. Na I should decline. Na I should not be afraid of declining invitations, declining invites, declining opportunities, because I'm trusting my instinct. This is something that I like to talk about with you kasi parang not everybody gets to see this other side of things. Parang the world will keep saying to you na, say yes. Yes ka lang dyan, go ka lang dyan, opportunities yan, experience yan. And while those are true, totoo naman, experience naman talaga yun. Blessing naman nga siguro yun. But at the same time, you wouldn't want to bombard yourself with a lot of experiences, with a lot of lessons that you don't even know if you already apply them in your life or not. Na baka lumalampas lang din naman yung mga opportunities at experiences na yun kasi hindi mo naman na-apply. Hindi mo naman nagagamit talaga kasi hindi naman pala importante. I was in the stage of really overcommitting last year. I decided to say no during the start of the year. And I'm super proud of that. To stick with my decision, even if other people said I should try. I should see if it works out. I should see if I can try it. I can try if it works out. But I'm so grateful na I decided to say no during the start of the year. And I started shedding off layers and started doing things my own and started prioritizing my goals talaga and my long-term goals. I quit my job. I quit several jobs. And I saw the importance of saying no more often. Because I think the biggest lesson kasi talaga na I learned last year is do not be swayed easily. I have been swayed multiple times last year. Like, I have been swayed multiple times last year. Which is nothing wrong. Kasi I learned from these situations. I learned from the experience. I learned from the opportunity. Nothing wrong. I learned. But this time, I feel like I know better. That there are things na worth my energy and that are not worth my energy. And I hope that this is an opportunity for you to go back to yourself, to do some sort of introspection and see na, okay, itong grupo ng taong to, itong opportunity na to, itong bagay na to, did it bring me joy? Did it bring me a sense of fulfillment? Is it aligned with my North Star? Is it aligned with who I want to become? Is it aligned with who I want to be 3 years from now or 5 years from now? Because you would want to ask those questions to yourself. Kasi kapag hindi mo tinanong yan, you will forever be swayed. And kapag matagal-tagal ka nang nasuswayed ng mga tao, ng mga opportunities, believe me, it's so hard to go back to your core. So as early as now that, we don't have that much opportunities yet, lucky are you if you have a lot of opportunities right now. But if you have a lot, or if you don't have, this time, I'm telling you the secret na be sure dun sa mga yes na yung mga inoohan nyo. Always make sure na may makukuha kayo na lessons na you can apply in the future. And make sure it's aligned with the bigger picture or with your North Star. Friends, by the way, before we move on pala to the second point, I'd like to highlight or emphasize, if you found value in this podcast, I'd truly appreciate it if you can take a moment to give this episode a 5-star rating, because in that way, you get to help us reach more people. And that's what we want in our community. So if you're on Spotify, give this episode a 5-star rating. And kung nasa YouTube naman kayo, then don't forget to give this a like and also subscribe the channel. So first is, yes, your no should be just as important as your yes. Sabi nga, if it's not a hell yes, then it's a no. If it's not a freaking yes, it's a no. If it's not 110% yes, it's a no. And may that be a reminder moving forward. The second thing is, you will never go wrong taking care of your physical health. I learned this from Coach Gold, from one of my bosses before in Co-Create. And nung nag-catch up kami nung after the New Year, so chika-chika about what he did during the holidays. And nakwento niya yung Mount Pulag experience niya. And since we're doing content and all that stuff, Ate Cristel, our accounts, asked him na, what's the 3 biggest lesson you learned from the experience, from the Mount Pulag experience? Kasi na ano sila, nagkaroon ng mga hindi inaasahang pangyayari sa hike. Na trap yata sila or what, or na-delay super yung pagbaba nila ng bundok. And parang 15 hours silang stranded. So, ano daw yung mga natutunan niya during the whole course of the hiking? And sabi niya, you will never go wrong taking care of your physical health. Like, nung nandun na siya, doon na lang nag-make sense kung bakit daw pala siya nag-gym. Kung bakit siya nag-hire pa ng coach for his health. And it just inspired me. Because I think adulting in its sense is just about saying yes to people. It's just about, go say yes to that opportunity. Go say yes to that job. Go say yes to everything. And go hustle. Go try business. Launch that idea and all that. Puro ganon. Adulting is the best time to be at your most or at your optimum health level. Like, dapat 20s pa lang, we built that habit of exercising, of prioritizing our health, of prioritizing our physical health, because you will never go wrong taking care of your physical health. And like what I said in the previous episodes, our body is keeping score. Our body felt it even before, everything else. Our body knows it when we're tired. Kasi diba minsan kapag sobrang pagod ka na, ramdam yun ng katawan mo. Ramdam ng katawan mo na kailangan mo nang itulog yan, kailangan mo nang ipahinga, kailangan mong iidlip. Ramdam niya yan. And you have to listen to it. You have to listen to your body because your body has to be on your side. And you have to make your body work on your favor. That's it for the second one. I don't want you to undermine the power of your physical health. Your physical health can take you to places. Everything else is useless if you don't get to enjoy it because you have a deteriorated health. Physical health, mental health, emotional health. Hindi mo din may enjoy lahat. So, just as a reminder na as young as now, it is my personal mission to remind people that you will never go wrong taking care of your physical health. The third thing that I'd like to point out in this episode is that as an adult, don't be afraid to be called a beginner or someone who is inexperienced, because the reason why it hurt is because it's true. And I have to learn this the hardest way. I think kaya talaga masakit ay dahil totoo naman. I have mentors around me. I have people around me who keep telling me that I am young, who keep reminding me na I'm so far ahead, na I still have a long way to go. And instead of feeling sad about it or frustrated about it, I just have to accept that it's true, I'm young. But I'm not just young. Experience-wise, kulang naman talaga tayo. Kasi syempre, mas matanda sila sa atin, mas madami silang na-experience, mas madami silang life experiences. And for sure, these people is coming from a place of truth. And we can't argue with the truth. We really can't. But if you're going to see it differently, there's a good thing about it. One side is that you have a lot of space and container, or a space in your container to learn. You have a lot of things na you can still absorb. You have the time, the energy to do things that you want and to enjoy life. So instead of considering it as a bad thing, see it as a great opportunity to learn from people who are better than you are, who are more experienced, who are more knowledgeable, who are more exposed. Instead of seeing people as a threat, see them as gold, as things that you can benefit from, as people that you can learn from. If you always see the competitive side of things, or side of life, or side of people, it will always be like that moving forward. But if you just, take the information you needed and let go of the rest, then you will win. For sure, you will win, diba? There's this YouTuber na in-interview ni Ali Abdal sa channel niya. And he was able to grow around or over 5 million subscribers. And sabi niya, madami siyang bashers, pero he loves to take the bashing differently. So, for example, if people bashed his background, he has to accept na baka pangit talaga yung background niya and has to change it, or he has to improve it or modify it. Instead of seeing it, oh, these people are not appreciative, grabe naman itong mga taong to. Maybe what they said was true. And instead of taking it personally, see it as an opportunity to grow. Okay, what can I do better? Laugh it off. if you only get to see the grander scheme of things, that people are helping you grow, people are already pointing things out that you need to improve upon, and if you're just going to see it that way, you will win. Nga pala, I just started my YouTube journey. And since ako lang din talaga yung nagsaschedule ng lahat, and I still have a podcast, I still do content, ang dami niya. Until there was this comment na-realize niya na nag-ulit daw yung particular part na yon. Which is mistake ko on my part kasi baka hindi nga namin na-edit. Di ko nakita din, di ko na-recheck. And sa susunod na episode, nag-same ng title from this video, the recent video uploaded. Same siya ng title from the previous one. And sabi niya, Miss Resha, same po yung title from your previous video. And, you can take or accept that negatively. Na grabe naman, di nito na-appreciate na in-upload ko na nga, ganyan-ganyan. But I decided to say thank you. Kasi if it weren't for that person who bashed you, if it weren't for that person who pointed what was missing and what was wrong, you wouldn't be able to improve. You wouldn't be able to see the mistake. So see these people as your point of reference, as your book of knowledge on which you can improve. And then if it doesn't work for you, if you think that what you did was still right and you'll stick to it, then let go of what doesn't serve you. Let go of the rest. Yun lang naman. I think adulting is just simple. Let's stop making it as complicated. I did a TikTok live a few weeks ago, and the people were sending comments like, ang hirap ng adulting, no? And yeah, I would say I agree, but at the same time, it is still up to us on how we can make it fun, make it easy, and make it fulfilling and worth the journey. Here's the thing. Believe that you have the power to set the rules in your 20s. I read something from The Creative Act by Rick Rubin's. Rules are limitations. And there's no such thing as the right gear or like the right equipment or like the right timing. There's only what works for you. Yes, there might be a lot of rules when you are in your 20s or when you are entering adulthood. Madaming dapat gawin, madaming hindi dapat gawin, madaming standards set by society. There might be rules by those people who came before you, before us. But those are what worked for these people. Those are what worked for them. And it's completely different to whatever might work for you. I'm not saying to completely disregard the wisdom of those people before us, because for sure they really have more experience than us. But it's about narrowing down your options and knowing what works for me, what brings me joy, what brings me fulfillment, what brings me satisfaction. And it doesn't mean that you won't listen to the wisdom of these people. But test it out at first. Test it out for a little while. Keep what works and let go of the rest. And I think those are the things that not all people will help us understand as adults. That's about it, everybody. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I know how valuable your time is. And thank you for spending the last, less than 30 minutes with me. And for the Q&A section, tell me about your adulthood journey. What's the most unforgettable moment from it? Or what are you currently struggling right now? And for the poll naman, mahirap ba maging adult? Mahirap ba maging adult? If you enjoyed this episode, share it with an adult friend. Share it with someone who you think needs a little encouragement. And you can also share your favorite takeaways on social media. And please don't forget to tag me. Again, This has been your friend and your host, Resha. Know that I am grateful for you. I've always been. And I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you big time. I'll see you soon, and until then, don't forget to always keep moving. Bye!